Okay, we are recording now. And I'm going to start by sharing my screen with you. Okay, hopefully you can now all see my screen. Okay, so let's get started, and we should start where we start every week, okay? Come to the instructions in Schoology, and then, come to the week 3 folder in Schoology and open up the instructions. Okay, so this week, what you need to do, okay, we will look at the English Central results. You should look and see what you did last week and make sure it matches up with what you expected it to be. Then we'll look at the assignment for this week, and then at the end, we'll just quickly check what your homework and what your English Central goals are. Now, like I said, WebEx meetings will happen every week, same time, from 11 to 11:30. They have to happen on Fridays because the university has requested we have your WebEx meetings during your class, okay? They haven't said we have to do them, but they've said if we do them, please do it during lesson times. So that's why we'll have it between 11 and 11:30. And I think they are useful, so I'll keep doing them. We'll try to make them short though. All right. The address to come here every week is the same, and the password is the same every week. Next week, I won't put out an announcement to say that it's going to start. Just log in at 11 o'clock. Once the recording is finished, okay, and I've uploaded it to YouTube, I'll put a link here. So if you want to watch it again, you can. Okay, let's start by looking at what you did last week with English Central. Okay, and to do that, you actually need to open up the assignment. Now, what I'm going to do today is open the assignment and show you your results, but then I'm going to go to English Central as well and show you how I collect the results and show you how you can find your own results. Okay? So we need to get out of here. Okay, this is what you should do. Go to the week 3 assignment and download the Word document. Now, when you download it, please save it on your computer. And here are the instructions for how to save it. Okay, I think most of you know how to do this now, but in case you don't, there it is. So we open up the assignment. I actually already had it open. Now it's open again. Okay. And this is what we'll be doing this week. Okay, so we'll start. Oh, sorry, I have to get rid of that. Ignore that. Okay, that needs to be removed. Okay. These are your results for last week. Okay, going from, hopefully it says, no it doesn't. Okay, the time that I take is from Wednesday 9 o'clock to Wednesday 8:59. So it's one full week. And we go from Wednesday to Wednesday because the university has requested that we release the information to you 2 days before the actual class. Now that's actually a good thing. Okay, that means that you can read the assignment instructions, and if you're having any problems, then on the Friday when we do our WebEx, you can ask me for help. But it does mean that your assignment and deadline, because they need to be 1 week, will be on Wednesdays, not Fridays. Okay, a few of you got caught out on that in the first week. What I'd like you to do is just go through and check that your results match the results you expect to have. So you had to do 100 lines. Okay, so how many lines have you got? If you did 100, okay, that's 50%. You had to study 25 words in the quizzes. If you did that, that was 25%. And you had to complete the phoneme course for the V sound completely. And if you did that, that was 25%. Now, if you did all of that, that's worth 80% of your grade for the week. So Akio, for example, got complete 80%. Daiki, he only did the speaking lines. He didn't study any words, but he did the course. So he gets 32 of the 80%. Okay, that's how it works. Daiki Komori, you haven't done anything, and that's 2 weeks in a row, buddy. If you don't do anything next week, you're in grave danger of failing this course. All right, that goes for everybody. If you don't do the English Central, it's worth 80%. You can basically pass the course just doing English Central. Okay, and that's because it's online. And most of you have done that. So most of you, that's brilliant. Okay, now, I said I want to show you how I get those results. So we're going to have a quick look at the English Central website from a teacher's point of view. Here is our class, okay? This is how I set the time. So I can set in my calendar 1 week. So it's from 9 o'clock on a Wednesday to 8:59 on a Wednesday. You can see it has the dates here. And that calculates these scores for me. So you can see, Akio, we know 190 lines. Okay, that's excellent. Okay, 244 lines. Wow, Ayaka, awesome. Okay, if you have come here, you've basically done 100 lines. That's excellent. That will be a proportion. Okay, so most of you are doing a really good job. Okay, that's really good. Now, that's for the lines spoken. For the words learned, it's this one. Okay, remember the goal is 25. Wow, Ayaka, that's stunning. Okay, whoa, Risaki as well. That's unbelievable. So some of you are obviously enjoying this more than others. All right. If you are here, you are in trouble. Okay, you need to do a little bit more than that. And the course, I'll show you how the course works. And I'll do that by going to the class page. Okay, when you come here, or if you click on English Central, it will show you how many lines and words you have done in a 1 week period. But I don't think we can set that period. Okay, so it shows you how many you've watched, how many you've learned, how many you've spoken. And then if you click on the video, I beg your pardon, if you click on class courses, okay, it'll show you how much you have completed of these activities, okay? All right, let's get out of that and we'll come back to the assignment. Now, 4 of you have already submitted this. That's brilliant. Everybody else, you have until Wednesday, okay, at the beginning of class or at 9 o'clock to be able to submit this assignment. And the assignment, we'll just go through what you have to do. Okay, just with the English Central, okay, I showed you how I've calculated it, but please check these questions, okay? Can you find your name on the list? Okay, I think they're all there, but if yours is missing, please tell me. There could be a problem. Have you, now I had a look, everybody has updated to Academic Premium. Okay, I looked this morning. So everybody now has Academic Premium. That is fantastic. And nearly everybody has downloaded the app. It's up to you whether you use the app or not. I just want to make sure everybody knows that the app is available, because maybe it's easier to use your smartphone than to use a PC. And maybe most importantly for you, make sure that the progress, which you can find here, matches what you think you have done, okay, on English Central. If it's different, there is a possibility that you might be using the wrong account, Or maybe there's a problem with the English Central software. Okay, so you have to let me know if there's a problem. You can do that either by answering these questions inside the assignment, okay, or send me a text. That's probably the easiest way. Just send me a message through Schoology that you think there's a problem. And some of you have already done that, and we've already worked out what the problems were. Now, looking at the textbook last week, there were these were the questions. Here are the answers. If you want to check your answers, please come and have a look at this. I'm not going to go over them, but if you want to make sure, I will go through and I will check everybody's assignments in about 1 week's time. At the moment, I'm still creating course material, so I haven't had time. I will be grading assignments, going back and doing everybody's grading in about another week's time. So I will go through. If you get your assignment back and it's not the grade you expect, check here to find out why. And if that still doesn't make sense, send me an email. Maybe I made a mistake. Okay, this week's assignment activity, okay? This week you're going to do an activity called Focus In, pardon me, from the textbook. Now, read this activity, okay? What you have to do, first do this by yourself, okay? And we're all going to do this today, so hopefully this will be interesting for you. Highlight the little circle and move it over the answer that you have for each question, okay? So, do you think your country is beautiful? We're talking about Japan, if you are from Japan, okay? I'm doing it for Australia. I don't care. I guess so. Absolutely, okay? You can put a circle over it. Do that for all 6 questions. When you're finished, add up the results and then have a look and see what your cultural identity is like, okay? 6 to 9 means you have a weak culture. You're not very interested in Japanese culture. 10 to 14, moderate. Yeah, you're comfortable with Japanese culture. 15 to 18, very strong. You're very proud of your culture. Okay, so go through and answer these questions. Now we're going to do this together using a Kahoot, okay? To do this, click on the link. You've done a Kahoot already. You did it for the textbook. It'll open up in a new tab. And there will be 6 questions, okay? Just answer the questions for yourself, okay? Do that now, okay? Do that now. Open up, click on the Kahoot, go. Now, when it says, I didn't put instructions in, did I? When it says join the game, if you could please put in your student number, okay? Those people have already put in their names, that's fine, but please put in your student number. It makes it easier for me to match up what you heard, who has done it. Okay, so you would put in, this is just, hopefully there's no student who actually has this number. All right, and go. Okay, I might put in Andy just so I don't mess anybody else up. Put in your student number. Start the game. For those people who've already done it, you don't have to do it again. It's okay. All right. Now it's a poll. Do you think your country is beautiful? Okay. Yes. Oh, there you go. We're starting to see some answers. Okay, when you do it, you'll see what the answers are. 5 people said yes, 3 said, I guess so. Okay, then do the next one. Are you interested in your country's history? Okay, please everybody else do the same thing. Yeah, I guess so. Australia's history isn't that long, but it's kind of interesting. Oh, a few people said the same thing about Japan. Okay. Are you proud of your hometown? I have many hometowns, but yeah, I love Perth in Australia. I'm very proud of it. Next. One person doesn't care. Okay. Do you like your native language? English for me. I think I better say absolutely, because if I didn't like it, I couldn't teach it. Okay. Number 5, do you like traditional art and music? I guess so. Aboriginal art, music is kind of cool, but Australia doesn't really have that much traditional art. And last one, do you enjoy food? Yes, absolutely. And a lot of people said the same thing about Japanese food. All right, and you've completed the challenge. All right, next week, I will show you the results of the poll. Okay, when everybody has done it, we'll have a look and I'll show you the results. Okay, so everybody do that. Come back to the assignment. All right. I was hoping everybody would have done that by today so we could actually get a better idea, but it's okay. We'll do it next week. Remember, it doesn't show who said what. It's anonymous, so you can answer honestly, okay? And nobody will know. Now, in the textbook, you will do activity 3 today. It's a listening activity. Now, the only way I could do this was by converting the listening part into a YouTube video, okay? But it's just a picture with the audio. So, to do this activity, start by reading the question. Then, have a look at the answers, okay? What are the options, true or false? So read through these 5 statements, then listen. Okay, open it up on YouTube. And what I suggest you do is open this back up while you're listening. See if that works. It's a little bit slow to load. I've got a lot of things open. My computer's struggling. Okay. Hopefully it will work. There we go. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Oops. Okay, so listen and then answer the questions. You can listen as many times as you want, okay? Now with YouTube, there's a couple of cool things that you can do with YouTube. You can play subtitles, okay? You can also change the speed. If it's going too fast, you can slow it down, okay? If you're getting bored, you can speed it up. That's up to you. All right, I think that's about it. Okay, you can make it full screen, but there's no point. It's just showing you this. Okay, so listen, answer the questions. To answer, you just, I don't know if it's true or false, I can't remember, but just delete the one that isn't true. Okay, so if the answer is false, delete true. If the answer is true, delete false. And I'll just undo that. There we go. Now, move on and do activity 4, which is find out more. Now, to do this activity, it's a reading activity. Read the passage. It's much easier to read it in the book. It'll be bigger for you. Okay, so if you have the textbook, hopefully you all do, read it in the textbook, answer the questions. Type your answer in here, okay? There are 5 questions. Then, there's another, it says homework, but you have a week, okay, to do everything. Find out more. This is talking about visible and hidden cultural differences. Now, the book actually explains what the difference is between those things, okay? That reading text that you just did, it talks about visible cultural differences and hidden cultural differences. So read the comments and then answer these questions, okay? So is this comment, I really like the food there, is that a visible cultural difference or a hidden cultural difference? People stood really close when they talked to me. Visible or hidden? Just type your answer in here. Okay. And finally, what is one visible difference about Japan? Okay, so think of a person who's visiting Japan. What would a visible difference in the Japanese culture be compared to the person who comes from overseas? And the same with the hidden difference, okay? The hidden difference is maybe a little bit harder to do, but write out an example of what a hidden difference might be. Now, there's a lot of these, so there's going to be a lot of different answers to this question. Finally, next week, you need to do, again, 100 lines, 25 words, and this time you have to do the th phoneme, okay? This symbol is the th sound, okay? So this and that, it's the. So that's the phoneme that you'll be learning the course for this week. And you'll be assessed the same way, okay? Once I get to the assignments, that's how you'll be assessed. All right, so let's go back to Schoology. Oh, I've gone to the wrong one. Okay, clicked on the wrong file. Hang on, we'll just go back into instructions. You should do this every week, okay? This is a really good habit. Go back to the instructions and then just check the homework section. Make sure you know what you have to do for homework so you don't miss anything. Okay, so this week, make sure you check your English Central scores, answer the questions. Make sure you do the focus in listening activity, and make sure you do the Kahoot. So do the Kahoot listening in activity. That's the survey. And then do the assignment, okay? So the listening and then answering the questions about the reading. Remember to save that using your name and your student number and submit it on Schoology. For English Central, speak 100 lines, learn 25 words, and do the pronunciation course. That's it. Okay, that's it for this week. I just muted myself. There we go. So, if you have any questions, please ask me. If you're not sure about everything that I covered in today's talk, in a few hours, in about 1 hour, come back and check the recording. Okay? Now, are there any questions? If you have a question, please type it into the chat or unmute your microphone and ask. No questions? Oh, there was one more thing we had to do, wasn't there? I totally forgot. But I'll just share my screen with you one more time. Hang on a moment. There was one more thing and I forgot, but it's really important and you guys have been doing an excellent job, and that was Flipgrid. Okay, now one other thing you had to do last week was you had to make comments on other people's self-introductions on Flipgrid. And the only way you could do that was by recording your comment. So you needed to find 4 other students' self-introductions and record a comment. Now, some of you have done that, and that's brilliant, but I would suggest that some of you haven't. All right? Go and find someone who doesn't have a comment next to their self-introduction and then record a comment, okay? You have to do it as a video, okay? There is no other way. You can't type a comment. You have to record it as a video. So please do that. It's a great way to learn about each other. And I can see that you are watching each other's self-introductions, but leave something behind, okay? Leave a comment behind. All right. I'm not sure that's appropriate. Don't be kissing each other online, okay? But leaving comments is a good way to do it. Okay. With that, I'll stop sharing. There we go. One more time. If there are any questions, please ask now. Okay, then I'm going to stop the recording